is paint day for the GTS hood for the F30. We've got the hood in this box here. I've got my buddy Jeff coming over, who is a professional painter. And we've got our sanding bay that we're gonna sand the hood briefly before we paint it. We've also got our fast shelter parts booth. So this is an EPA approved painting booth with the filters, external vent, the whole deal. So I'm gonna talk to Jeff, we're gonna get started. As you can see, the hood comes packaged really nicely to be able to get here from China or wherever it comes from. Little protective pieces on the ends, as well as tie down straps, bubble tape, the whole deal. But this is our little sanding bay, like I mentioned, and I'm gonna let Jeff sand it because I'm no professional painter, but we'll get his opinion of the overall quality of this aftermarket hood here in a moment. So Jeff's just using a Scotch-Brite pad to rough up the belly, the underside of the hood. And we do this first, so any overspray or indentions that happen as we're scuffing the top won't be as prone to show. So we've Scotch-Brited the entire underside of the hood. We're about to blow it off. And then today, Jeff's gonna paint the underside. Here in a few days, we're gonna paint the top. It may seem crazy to scratch up a brand new hood, but this is what allows the paint to stick. So we're applying a degreaser now that we've blown off the hood after we Scotch-Brited it. Paint prep, if you will. Here it is. This is the Prep All wax and grease remover. So here's the hood in the fast shelter. We've got our filters installed. Jeff's ready to get to work, and we're gonna film a little bit from the outside. I know you guys really want to see the final product, but I thought it'd be cool to show you the Btwilla's garage way of painting this with friends in the fast booth shelter. So this fast shelter actually has a blower that keeps the the tent inflated, and then it has a secondary blower over here that exhausts the spray that's in the air to keep it, as clean as possible as far as overspray goes, landing from floating in the air on the hood. And it also vents it for EPA purposes to keep it out of the environment. So it sticks to these filters instead of going in the air that we breathe, which is really neat. As you can see, this is a parts style booth. You can't really pull a full-size car in here. They do make larger options. They use these for like all sorts of, even testing tents for medical purposes, tents to put up for military purposes. They use these for all sorts of stuff, but today we're using it as a spray booth, which is what it was built to be. This one was custom built for Btwilla's garage with clear windows so that I can film while Jeff's in here painting, which is really cool. So shout out to Fast Shelter for that. Glacier silver going down on this, guys. Jeff just confirmed the suction of the fast shelter was to his liking, which means that it's ventilating enough to not have overspray falling on his head and falling back down on the hood. Overspray is your enemy when you're painting. Or really, particles in the air of paint are your enemy. You can kind of see Jeff's style here as far as getting some test sprays in, doing the outside. So I'm here with Jeff. Jeff, what do you think of the shelter, man?
I like it, it's nice.
So Jeff's been painting for how long?
I've been doing it probably about 8 years now.
Gotcha, gotcha. And as far as a mobile shelter goes, we've been impressed, but I don't do this every day, and Jeff gives it his thumbs up, so we appreciate that. Yeah. We'll let Phoeixville Shelter know if we think of anything they can improve upon, but nothing yet. We did realize if you use those tie-down straps, it'll keep it from collapsing. That was something we haven't done the first couple times we used it. So use those top straps and the bottom, and that'll keep it from sucking in on itself because of that exhaust fan that it has. But we're gonna keep going, guys. 7 minutes in between a coat at this point. So we do 2 coats of prep, 3 coats of base, and then 2 coats of clear. Coat 1. Coat 2. Easy access in and out. And you can shut it right back to keep it nice and sanitary. Clean environment for painting. Now Jeff's putting on the clear. We're doing 2 coats. Here it is, guys, the final product of today's painting and clearing. It's looking really, really good. We're gonna let it dry for about an hour in the fast shelter booth. We're gonna move it to a safe place, take the shelter down, and then here in a couple weeks, we're gonna flip it and paint the actual exterior side. You don't wanna flip this, you know, tomorrow and paint the other side because it will leave indentions, which is why we're waiting. And I gotta wait for Jeff to get back from the mountains, and we're gonna keep going with it. So thanks for watching so far. Next time you see me here in a couple seconds, it'll be 2 weeks later. We're gonna keep going, but look at that shine. This thing is proper, very, very proper. Thanks to Jeff and the Fast Shelter booth for where we are so far.